Live 96, 97.3 Citi FM. It doesn't get any better than that.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight, I'm here with
Ejubi Wiafe Akentin.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, incompetence and corruption. Some of the allegations contained in the petition demanding the removal of Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabin. We have details of the reports or petitions here for you on Eyewitness News. Also coming up, Asante Hini Otumfuo said to the second to submit final mediation report to President John Dramani Mahama after concluding talks with factions in Boko. And later on Eyewitness News, students of KJB Azato in the Oti region collapsed following a fire outbreak in the boys' dormitory. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
CSOs rate government's first-year performance satisfactory but flag weak anti-corruption progress.
That's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. The show is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations. We are in Jirapa on Jirapa 96.1 FM. We are in Wa on Tungsun 97.3 FM. We are in Navrongo on Pure 100.5 FM. We are in Bolga Tanga on Tanga 93.7 FM. We are in Bimbila on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. We are in Tajevu on Revival 99.3 FM. We are in Kumasi on Focus 94.3 FM and Orange 107.9 FM. We are in Goso on Hames Radio 106.5. We are in Sunyani on Greener 95.9 FM. In Takrady, we are on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM. We are live around Ghana, around the world on our website, citinewsroom.com. We are also on YouTube and on Facebook. Just look for our handles and follow the live discussions. If you want to contribute, the WhatsApp platform is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. You can also send tweets using the hashtag Eyewitness News. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Ejubi has our first story.
One of the three petitions seeking the removal of Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabin has accused him of incompetence, financial mismanagement, conflict of interest, and dereliction of duty. The petition filed by the Coalition for Integrity in Governance is among three separate submissions to President John Dramani Mahama calling for action against the Special Prosecutor. A second petition filed by Apostle Abraham Lincoln Labi, who recently led a small public protest alongside lawyer Matthew Pebu, alleges that the special prosecutor connived with Ken Oforiatta to help him evade accountability. It further accuses Mr. Jabin of disrespecting the Attorney General by refusing to submit the docket on the former minister.
This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. So let's understand further what exactly the petitioners are demanding. Apostle Abraham Lincoln Labi is one of the petitioners. He's the second petitioner in this case against Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabin. Apostle, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just to be sure.
Good evening to you.
Good evening to you too. Good evening to you. Just to be sure, is your apostle a nickname or you are an apostle?
I'm apostle by calling. I'm apostle Abraham Lincoln. I'm apostle by calling.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure. It's not out of malice.
I'm a head pastor of Apostolic Mental Worship Center.
Where? Which of the branches?
I'm a general pastor of Apostolic Mental Worship Center.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, are you political?
I am not political. I'm for God and country.
Okay. So what's your interest in Special Prosecutor Kisie Jabin?
Well, my interest is simple. You know, this OSP thing, I find out that maybe it's duplication of duties. because Yoko is doing his work. CID also is there. So sometimes I look at the whole thing and say, no, then it is not necessary. Because looking at what the president has to do is to empower Yoko to work, empower CID, empower, give all the resources to a bureau, signal, whatever. Let them work. But, well, anyway, the then president tried to, insisted to do it. Fine, we don't have a problem with that. But even though I have a problem, but I wasn't the president, but then my powers were not out enough to stop when anything. But looking at Mr. Kisei carefully, listen to him on KSM's show. He made mention of the fact that he saw Kenofurata leaving, Mr. Kenofurata leaving. He picked the intel of whether he tried all that he could. He did whatever, but he couldn't, the state institution couldn't help him. So if you listen to if you read my petition, you can see that I'm demonstrating bad faith. If you saw that and people are preventing you, or the powers that be were preventing you, why don't you hold a press conference and tell Ghanaians? Because watch this. These people have to understand that you owe allegiance to the one that appointed you, and you also owe allegiance to Ghanaians. Because at the end of the 4 years, they will come to us, they will seek our mandate. So sometimes when we are doing things, let us know, because some of us on the public court of opinion will put your name on board. He didn't do well. He has demonstrated bad faith here. You saw that, and meanwhile you knew that the man is related to some corruption issues. Why don't you let us know? Now you are talking about what extradition. You know, I made mention. You are talking about extradition. Whereby you wrote a letter to the chief of staff. Now the chief of staff also directed the attorney general. If you listen to the deputy attorney general on the DH1 or whatever, it said for several letters have gone to bring the docket so that he can trigger the extradition. Today this, tomorrow this. So lack of cooperation. Who suffers? If two elephants fight, who suffers? It's the grass that suffers. It is we Ghanaians that suffer. It is not when you hold a public office. It is not a bona fide property. It is an office that you are serving. At the end of the day, you leave that place. And we will assess you by what you do. But looking at all these things, look, you are talking about extradition. The man is in a different country. It is not easy. This extradition you are talking about, it's not easy, especially when the person has investment there. I was reading something about Trump, that if you have 5 million investment, you are automatically qualified to be a citizen or whatever. Or even they drop it to $1 million. Ken has properties there, Ken has investment there. So if it is even more than 100, automatically it's qualified. You put red alert on the man. You said a lot of things. Tell me, brother, tell me one person OSC has been successfully prosecuted. All the prosecutions have done. Tell me one he has been able to be successful. Let's go back to Cecilia Dapa issue. You said you even saw money in their house. A whole lot of issues that came out. Now we don't hear anything again. Whether it is true or not, you've got to try the woman. Nothing is successful. So I don't hate, it's not a personal issue with him, but it is about the nation. It is about what he's doing. Tell me what has happened. Tell me the Senator issue, the money issue. Now, wherever the woman goes, everybody sees her to be a thief. Because hey, this man that stole the Ghana money, a lot of money, and put it in his bedroom. You understand? It is not fine. Look, you don't do such things. Do proper investigation and do the trial. How many people? Cooperate with whosoever you have to cooperate with. Ghanaians are ready for justice. What's this? Number 3 on my point. You talk about the fact that look at what Kenneth Furata did, the dissolution of the bank. Let me tell you, Mr. Kenneth Furata alone is being tried. Millions or thousands of Ghanaians will be happy. Listen, the dissolution of the banks. How can you throw away the baby with the bathing water? You have to do that. Find a solution. Because no mention of you need 9 million whatever to clear the system, clear up the system. At the end of the day, they ended 220 something million. My brother, you understand? I'm coming at a point that Mr. You are failures. This is not anything. So the president should either the president have to sack him or whatever. Issue whatever to the thank God that it has been forwarded to Chief Justice for any whatever. Thank God. But we are not seek, and two also I'm not seeking for the dissolution because I'm talking about reform it well. Because no, my checks, they have about 249 workers. They are Ghanaian. So if you dissolve it, where are they going? They have to act well. They have to feed their family. That one, no, I don't agree to that. But if that Citi must go, reform it well, so that the Ghanaian workers, they can have their place, they can also feed their family.
All right. Apostle, I'm just trying to see. So you've mentioned the challenges with the office. You didn't even think that the office should have been set up. It has been set up and all of that. Specifically, what sin has Kisi Ejabin committed so that you would say that because he engaged in this?
But I've told you that
I know you've
told you already.
You've talked about not getting prosecutions. They can overreact matter. The Cecilia
Yes, I've told you that. Even he made mention of the fact that he said his own words that talking of I couldn't do anything. Whereby that's what he demonstrated past faith. He didn't tell us. He didn't do any press conference. Let us know what is going on. Nothing. You understand? I also told you that lack of cooperation with the state institution, that is the Attorney General. Bring the docket. You are not bringing it. Bring the docket. You are not bringing it. It's lack of cooperation. These are issues that are raised against him. Are issues that is open to the public.
Okay. Is it his person that you have a problem with or the entire office?
No. Before God, a man. For many years I've been in ministry, I will never have issues with him. Because of it.
Okay. What my question was whether your problems are with his personal office or the office itself. So that is it Kisi Ejabin as special prosecutor who is the problem? Or is the entire office of special prosecutor?
No, I told you that when they were about to establish that office,
I know you mentioned that already. You mentioned already. So I'm not saying that.
I was explained. Somebody explained to me that it's a division of labor. It will help to fast track prosecution or investigation. Then I understand. But what I'm trying to say is that when Martin Amidi left, what I'm trying to say is that Kisi has not been successfully prosecuted. Or is whatever that he has done. Whether he doesn't, don't want to go there say they don't prosecute, they investigate, whatever. So if you investigate, what do you take the person to court? So what does it give you the attorney? Listen, Article 88 of the Constitution talks about the powers the attorney general has, which the OS works right under the attorney general. So one way that he's your boss. You know, if you read further, you realize that the Attorney General can enter non prosecutor when the office of the State Prosecutor is prosecuting. What's this? I don't have a personal issue with him. God forbid. I will never.
Yeah, but if it is not personal, then you cannot have him removed. Then it is the office that is a problem, not himself. So
no. If you you right now there. Am I talking to Umaru?
Yes, this is Umaru.
Umaru, let me say, right now you will be invited. Yes, you'll be employed at Citi. Channel 1.
Yes.
Now they put you whatever, and you are not performing. Every month they give you money. Every month you are being paid. You are not performing. So you keep you there.
But every year, the Office of Special Prosecutor publishes.
Listen, every year there's a budget allocation they give. Umaru, don't push it. If you push, I'll push. Listen.
You are not supposed to push. If I push, I'm supposed to be
nice. Well, listen to me. If you push, I will push.
I'm not pushing. I'm just saying that every year, the Office of Special Prosecutor publishes the status of investigations and ongoing prosecutions. What happens in the courtroom? Look, Afoko, Gregory Afoko was released yesterday by the judge for want of prosecution. His case is nearing 10 years. That's not special prosecutor matter. That's general slowness of justice delivery. Why are you blaming Kissi Jabin for that?
Listen. Do you know now, if you're a journalist, then you know, Umaru, you know, do you go and do serious, I'll call it feasibility studies. You guys, I don't know how you call it, but listen to Ghanaians and just mention Honorable Kenofurata name. Listen, you listen to Ghanaians. Whether Ghanaians are happy with what is going on. Watch this. And I'm speaking for thousands of Ghanaians. I don't hate him. It's not a personal thing. I'm speaking for thousands of Ghanaians. I'm speaking for the people on the street whose voice doesn't go anywhere. I'm speaking for Ghanaians who are struggling. Look, let me tell you something. Maybe you don't. Go. I said I challenge you. Go and do your feasibility studies about this. Go to Ghanaians and ask them whether they are happy with Kenofurata. Look, whether they are happy with the fact that
Kenofurata or Kissi Jabin?
No. Whether the fact that whether they are happy with the fact that you came on, you were granted intel by KSM by saying that we saw him going, but couldn't do anything. Ask them, listen, you demonstrated bad faith. Go and ask Ghanaians whether they are happy with what he said. Let me tell you something. This one I was speaking on. No, yesterday I spoke on Joy News, and I said, listen, when you hold a public office, don't be granted interviews upon interviews, because this journalist can push you to say things.
Okay, that's fine.
We didn't even know this thing. No, we didn't know these things until the interview. I don't even know. So I said, no, then let me also send a petition so that we will see. You see, we are talking about credibility. We are talking about doing like I don't know the kind of word I should use, but it's like a perfect job.
Okay.
Let me use that word, like a perfect job. Do it well.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, I get you. I get you.
Yes,
I just have one more. I have actually two questions. The first one, do you know whether or not your decision to speak to me tonight could nullify the petition?
But listen to me. I have written my petition as a citizen. I can impose on the president, or I can impose on the Chief Justice to take my own. They can throw it, they can accept it.
Okay.
I am not insisting that because I put the petition, it should be taken. No, it's also a Ghanaian.
Okay.
He has his right. He has his right that he can defend it.
Very well.
He has everything. Yes.
Last question.
I'm not imposed.
Last question.
No.
If you're
Umaru.
You have answered. I asked a question. You have answered. So sorry. I'm satisfied. Last question. If you go to church on Monday and one of your youth pastors ask you to mention one thing, so for instance, if Kissi Jabin is removed, what would be that one thing that would have caused his exit from office? One thing among the lot of things you mentioned. What one major thing should be the reason that Kissi should leave the office?
Oh, I've told you that.
No, I just want one.
I will tell the youth that. I will tell him that. I will tell my members. But Mo, let me tell you, members that have issues. The one I explain, they listen to me.
I'm saying your youth pastor. He's asked you. He wants you to know.
Let me. I will tell him that it's for God and number one, it's for God and country. How can we pay somebody? How can we give something money that the person cannot deliver? Okay. Number one,
one is enough for me. One is enough for me. Thank you so much. It's been nice talking to you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Apostle Abraham Lincoln Labi is one of the petitioners seeking that the special prosecutor Kissi Jabin is removed. They send their petitions to the president. I have another one here, one of the petitions. This one is signed by Simon Yao Awaji. He's executive chairman of Coalition for Integrity in Governance Ghana. He has also petitioned the president through the chief of staff, and he says he's a native of Abolovi Nolopi in the Keta municipality, and he's chairman of the Coalition for Integrity and Governance. He cites the constitutional and legal basis for his petition, and he goes ahead to state what he believes are the reasons that Kisi Jabin should be removed. There's misappropriation and financial mismanagement. He says the special prosecutor has received budgetary allocations, but no public record of audited financial reports have been captured. He talks about incompetence and lack of tangible results. Then he also goes ahead to talk about misbehavior and insubordination. Then there's another point where Simon Awaji talks about abuse of constitutional powers and institutional conflict. Then he says mismanagement of public funds and lack of transparency. According to official budget records from the Ministry of Finance, I'm reading his petition, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has received the following allocations since 2021. In 2021, 64 million cedis. 2022, 88 million cedis. 2023, 102 million cedis. 2024, 110 million cedis. Total from 2021-2024, 364 million cedis. Despite these substantial allocations, there is no publicly available audited financial statement to account for expenditure. Moreover, the total funds reportedly recovered by the OSP do not even amount to 1% of these allocations, a glaring indicator of inefficiency. Then they talk about conflict of interest and breach of oath of office, and then talks about the reliefs, and once proceedings to be commenced, he should be made to step aside and mandate the Auditor General to conduct comprehensive audit of the Special Prosecutor's account. So that's one of the other petitions that we have seen. Edem Senanu is an anti-corruption campaigner. He is co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption. Mr. Senanu, you are welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you.
They said that when you fight corruption, it fights back. Is this the same thing that's happening now, or this is actually people fighting corruption by demanding that the man in charge of fighting corruption is removed? How do you see it?
Well, it could be a bit of both. You can't tell until you go to the substance of the issues, and sometimes it could still be hidden. People may find legitimate issues, but they just want to make sure that you don't have someone coming after them when they get into their various business endeavors where they intend to be corrupt. So it is difficult to tell on the surface of it, but I think that it will be good. Anytime you have these things, it's important that if you are being held accountable, you are answerable. So I think that's not an issue.
Do you see the petitions asking for his removal and the claims that are being made as a demand for accountability? There are people who see it as a political attempt to remove a special prosecutor who was put there by the previous administration. How do you read between the lines, or what do you see when you read between the lines?
It's difficult to tell. I must say that the increasing number of petitions for the removal of heads of institutions, and especially independent institutions of state, is worrisome from a governance perspective. We shouldn't have a situation where over and over again we just seem to be demanding the removal of such persons. And perhaps we need some kind of minimum threshold, as it were, to scan through, to screen through, make sure that these are very substantive things before we proceed. Otherwise, you're going to have a situation where very few people will be interested in taking such offices, because you might spend more than half of your time trying to deal with petitions of this nature. As to whether it's political or not, the people submitting these petitions, the form does not ask whether you are aligned to a party or not. Even though, yes, there is that perception that we seem to have a situation where persons are appointed by one government. When there's a new government, then we have an increase in petitions for their removal. Perhaps what we need to be doing is to look at a more neutral way of the appointments of such heads of institutions, which will augur well for us. So perhaps a much more multi-stakeholder approach, which then is not tied to a government or a president, and therefore the perception that these persons may be affiliates and appointees of a particular political party may be dealt with, and that may reduce the number of petitions we see.
When the Office of Special Prosecutor was set up or created in the Akufo-Addo administration, many saw it as the final solution to dealing with corruption. But many years on, the prosecution has not yielded what the public was really looking forward to. So the excitement there's no more excitement in the office in relation to fighting corruption. And if you look at the petitions, they are even questioning the office itself. Of course, it's a constitutional creation, or it's a creation of statute. But people are wondering, what have they prosecuted since they came? And this is from when the office was set up. As someone in the space, do you worry about the slow nature of work from the Office of Special Prosecutor, or you are of the school of thought that says that the wheels of justice grind slowly, and to the extent that they are grinding, allow them to do so, even though it may be painstakingly slow?
Well, let me first off say that for those of us who thought through the context and contributed to Act 959, this institution has delivered on what we expected, picking up on high-profile cases which other institutions were not picking on, reporting back to the people of this country. In the first few years, and mind you, for the first 3 years, they had less than 20 staff. But for the first year or so, it was just about 5 people in that office. And so I for an institution which is being built at the same time as it's had to take on board very high-profile cases, I think that people are not paying attention to how much more stress and effort it has taken that office. It wasn't until the last quarter of 2023 that they now had permission to take on board 249 staff, which meant that they started 2024 with their full complement of staff. So really, for all extents and purposes, that office, in terms of its human capital, has been properly equipped for 2 years. In the last 2 years, if you paid attention to the cases, there are several cases in court. They have won cases, unlike the situation between 2018-2023. And it seems like, yes, corruption is fighting back. So the narrative that many media outlets have just promoted, and I don't know whether it is by design or by default, are simply, they are not performing, they are slow. I don't think that they are slow at the moment. They are picking a lot of very important cases, and they have contributed substantively to preventing fraud and the loss of billions of cedis and dollars to the state. So the narrative is not a true reflection of what is going on. And I think it's very unfair to persons there because when you are building, unlike the Yokos, the charges that have existed for a very long time, it's a much more challenging terrain to find yourself in, at the same time picking cases and trying to make sure you win them in court.
Okay, one of the people who are fighting, quote and unquote, the special prosecutor is lawyer Martin Kpebu. You can describe as someone on your side in terms of the fight against corruption. For him to be fighting the foremost corruption fighter, then there's some smoke there, isn't there? Or there's we cannot say there's no smoke without fire. So there could be something there to question and demand, for which reason he led a group of people to demonstrate and wants the man to be removed. I mean, in your space, are you also going to support the removal or counter petition that he should be kept?
On this call, Martin and I have agreed on several other things. On Galamsey, we went to the CID and all that. But on this call, we don't agree. And I guess it's because I think that I have been much more engaged in following the process. I mean, when they first got their office in Laboni, I visited together with Linda Oforikwafo and a few others, Kojo Asante, to figure out, did they have enough capital? Could they do the cases they were handling? We were part of the team that went to look at the building given to them by GIJ, which was broken down. It was not in a state to be used at all. We've tried to keep a finger on a pulse on what is going on internally because we wanted to be sure that politically exposed people are being held accountable. And there's a sense in which I just feel like, okay, political parties don't like the idea of having a special prosecutor because this office is taking on cases that involve their people. And the more cases they've picked, I mean, now they have cases dealing with the all marketing companies, which have a lot of money. So the more cases they pick, the more the spiking in narrations and all that. So I am not inclined to align anyway with my brother Martin on this score. I have good reason not to, because I think I have a stronger understanding of the difficulties they have been faced with and the efforts they put in. I think that office is still very critical to ensuring that persons who are politically exposed are being, held accountable. So, yeah, this is one place where Martin and I do not agree.
Thank you for speaking to us.
And thank you too for having me.
That's Adam Senano, he's co-chair of the Citizen Movement Against Corruption. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
My hands are champion, creating temptation. 100% natural keyboard. Ginger, garlic, onion. No salt, no MSG. No preservatives. Steam them natural. Chicken, fish, and meat. Yes,
Kivo 3 in 100% natural ginger, garlic, onion powder. Incredible aroma. Champion taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Ginger, garlic, and onion. 3-in-1 Kivo.
The Kakamotobi come out in the festive season, and they are as scary as our bills. But we don't want to miss out on parties, family, and festivals. Whether you say Akwaba, Maraba, Wezo, or Obake, EcoBank says tap into 5s in the 5-star enjoyment promo. Be one of 10,000 lucky winners when you deposit multiples of 400 Ghana cedis or take a loan in multiples of 4,000 Ghana cedis to win up to 1.5 million Ghana cedis in cash and prizes. 1-year insurance cover, gift vouchers, and more. That's not all. Use your EcoBank card, mobile app, USSD, or POS to transact and enjoy up to 15% discount. Tap into vibes with EcoBank. T's and C's apply. Bill shouldn't scare you. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
EcoBank will never call or text asking you to verify sensitive information like your PIN, Ghana card, or bank card information. Pay better attention to details.
Ghana's biggest real estate event is back, and it's even better. Looking for your dream home? Want to invest in land or explore real estate opportunities? Then don't miss the 8th edition of the Mikasa Home and Property Fair. Meet and connect with Ghana's leading real estate developers, mortgage providers, home improvement experts, and more, all under one roof. You'll also get access to free seminars and expert-led info sessions covering everything you need to know about buying, financing, and owning property in Ghana. Date 5th and 6th December 2025. Venue the Icon Event Center, East Legon, a minute drive from the East Legon Tunnel. Time 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. Attendance is absolutely free. Register at mikasa.com/fair. Headline sponsor, Go Key Properties. Platinum sponsor, Clifton Homes. Media partner, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. To exhibit, call us on 050-168-0737 or email us at info@mikasa.com.
Channel 1 TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Almost 13 to 16 people were under the ground and it collapsed on them. Yesterday we were able to make it and remove 8 of them and 4 were dead.
Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Don't mine in forest reserves. And always when you've created a mess, clean it up. The laws are there. So it's not that we need more laws. It is just that we need more enforcement.
Channel 1 Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation. From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
Let's speak to the core issues in terms of how we can prevent professionals who have been given the mandate to teach our children, and for this matter, the old children's standard of care, and how they can live up to expectation.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
How can somebody work and you tell the person, I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change.
Catch CNR on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. Let me read some of the messages that you've sent through on our WhatsApp platform. And, I do have them. Akapo Jr. and Hafomim says, once the government is bent on removing people, nothing will change their position. This action is only going to set us back as a country. So our opinion leaders must put a stop to it before it becomes... I'm not sure what he's trying to say. We, the people of Oyarifa, that's the name of this texter, says, let's not act as if we don't know what we want. A large majority of Ghanaians want Martin Amidu to be reappointed as SP. The mention of his name alone sends shivers down the spines of many. Kennedy Onipayede says the special prosecutor must go because his office has not helped this country in the fight against corruption. John Sadboinla says, I still believe that the SP could have done more, but considering the circumstances, he couldn't have done anything as the nation records were still in power. I think he's doing well. Silis Dwayne in London says, the president must sack Issei Jabin as soon as possible. Waste of resources. Akasokri Joseph says, I think the OSP, the over two-third NDC majority should scrap his office, separate Attorney General from Ministry of Justice, and establish a competent AG department in every district under the tribunal and 24-hour system for speedy prosecution, same as the U.S. justice system. Okay. Honorable Ayuba from Yagbon in the Gunja district, North Gunja district of the Savannah region, he says, I think the NDC has been given too much respect to our rule of law. The NPP did not go for this level with respect of the removal of Charlotte Ose. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi. Let's go to the main sharp palace now. EGB.
Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II has appealed to the feuding factions in the Boko chieftaincy dispute to commit to lasting peace, reminding them that they remain one people who must continue to live together regardless of the mediation outcome. This call came as the Asantehene brought together representatives of the Mamprugu and Kusase sides for the face-to-face meeting, with both delegations acknowledging that they have no justifiable reason to be at war with each other. Asantehene also urged the leaders to begin preparing their supporters for a future without violence, stressing that harmony in Boko depends on a collective commitment to coexist peacefully.
Let's go on the phone lines and speak to Frank Boja. He's head of conflict management and resolution at the National Peace Council. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Thank you.
From where the Peace Council sits and observing, what's been your assessment of this mediation effort by the Asantehene so far?
We believe it's progressing steadily, and the outcome, we pray, will be acceptable to all the parties involved. At this stage, the key expectation is that the feuding parties in the conflict would take responsibility at this moment to respect the outcome of the mediation process. And that is what we are expecting from them.
So it looks good on paper. How do we ensure it translates in the community as well, so that the Otumfuo has invited the opinion leaders, he has done a mediation, he will give a report to the president, but the people who engage in the shootings, how do we get them also to understand that it's time to put the weapons down and let peace prevail?
First of all, there is a strong presence of the National Peace Council in the Upper East region. I think it was the second or third to be established, the Regional Peace Council in the Upper East, either the second or the third to be established. And they have been on the ground working towards that. In fact, there used to be a very strong committee known as the Boko Inter-Ethnic Committee. So, in Boko Inter-Ethnic Peace Committee. And it involves all the ethnic groups in Boko. So this one is not only the Mampuses and the Kusasis. And they used to do a lot of good work in terms of sensitization, gathering early warning, and oftentimes relaying the information to the appropriate quarters for intervention. They themselves were able to address their issues effectively until it got to a time mistrust setting. So one of the key things to do is to revive that committee to be able to come back effectively and work. However, the alternative things to do, one is to engage the parties in the community, and we have drawn up a strategy towards that. Promote peace in the community as a second strategy, where everybody within that enclave is sensitized to accept that we are all Ghanaians and we must live in peace after conflict. Whatever happens, we will come back to that community from wherever we live, and even those within, that we are one people. We attend the same funeral, we attend the same weddings, or we attend the same churches, we attend the same mosque, we eat from the same pot at a point in time, and today, by just misunderstanding each other, we have gone to kill ourselves. It is not time to do that again. Rather, reconcile, live in peace with each other. So this is the main way to go with the people who have relationship in Boko and elsewhere. The conflict is bigger than just Boko. It extends to other regions. So whoever are the stakeholders, we need to engage them effectively, dialogue with them consistently, trying to build relationship or what we call social cohesion, and then reorient everybody to accept the outcome of this mediation. You may not be happy, you may be happy, but in this case, there will not be a victor and a vanquished. What we are expecting from each of them is that at the end of the day, we have reconciled the people of Boko, and they are living in peace with each other. You know, the place is a very strategic location, a business center in terms of proximity to both Burkina and Togo. So there is also the need to have strategies to rebuild particular social amenities that have been destroyed, maybe construct the roads, educate the people to also know that, look, from this time onwards, we are going to live in peace. Everybody who works there could return to Boku. If it is businesses, we need to incorporate into business ideas, we need to incorporate into development ideas, peace-building efforts. And this must be done by churches, the mosque, the traditional council, civil society groups, government institutions, everybody who matters in this process must have a program that will lead to peace. And so when we are able to do this for a long time, we believe that the people will actually sustain the peace that is expected of them.
So the decision or the report that will be submitted to the president by the Otunfo, how binding would it be? If anyone breaches it, then what?
You see, in mediation and all that, it is the parties who have agreed on key points. Most often, that is what happened in mediation. So it is not imposition of decision. It is rather all the parties have agreed on that will be implemented. So they own the process. And as far as they have been involved and they have made suggestions, recommendations and all that, it is expected that we are also going to work with the parties to move forward with the outcome and the process, whatever agreement they have, for them to own it and implement it by themselves. And this is what we are expecting of them.
Very well. Thank you so much. We pray for the best. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
That's Frank Boja. He's head of conflict management and resolution at the National Peace Council. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu here with the Jubi Biafihu Akintin, who brings us our next story.
Zipline Ghana says claims by the health minister that it delivers non-essential items like condoms and mosquito nets is misleading. At the Government Accountability Series, Health Minister Kwabena Minta Kando suggested the company often transports non-emergency items instead of life-saving supplies. However, speaking to Citi News, the country director of Zipline Ghana, Daniel Kweku-Murky, noted that such items make up only a tiny fraction of their operations and all deliveries are approved by the Health Ministry, the Ghana Health Service and the National Blood Service.
I think it's a misguided conversation in the sense that there's so many deliveries that we have done, right? 800,000 plus deliveries. And we are talking about a very tiny fraction of our deliveries out of context. The condoms is 1 in 20,000 deliveries made by Zipline contain condoms under family planning campaigns. And when I said contains, it's not exclusively condoms. And all of the products that we receive and we distribute on behalf of the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, National Blood Service are received by them. So ultimately, we are not the ones selecting or procuring, let me say it that way. We are not procuring stocks that we then deliver. And again, when you now move away, that's why I say it's a misguided conversation, because now I'm talking again around deliveries that represent 0.005% of our deliveries. Instead of talking about the life-saving deliveries that we have done, the impact that we have across the country.
Despite claims that the $88,000 monthly fee per center is high, Daniel Murky said it reflects full operational use and assures that government is getting value for money.
It's not regardless. There is some stipulations on it. I don't want to go into details of the contract, despite it being a public contract and people could probably obtain copies of it, but it's not regardless.
So what exactly goes into the decision to pay a certain amount? Because I understand there should be a contract.
I mean, there's a number of things. There's a number of flights, but there's also a certain utilization rate. But as I said, I don't want to go into details of the contract. What I can tell you, as it stands at the level of deliveries that we have been executing, that is when it comes to the $88,000 per month per distribution center. All that I can say is the sole focus for us is, can we forge a partnership with which we can serve Ghanaians across the country equitable. And
that was the country director of Zipline Ghana, Daniel Kweku Merki. Away from that, several students of the Kajebi Asato Senior High School in the Oti region collapsed earlier today after a fire gutted one of the boys' dormitory rooms, sparking fear and chaos on campus. The incident occurred around 9 a.m., destroying an entire room in the dormitory block. The blaze consumed all belongings in the affected room and tore through the roofing structure, leaving the space completely ravaged. Efforts to control the fire were hampered by logistical setbacks. Firefighters who responded to the emergency call were unable to utilize the district's fire tender. Meanwhile, all students who passed out were given immediate attention and have since been attended to. Now, the Ministry of Works and Housing is set to complete the first phase of the Saglemi Affordable Housing Project by delivering 8,000 units by the end of the year 2026 with the approval of its 1.4 billion Ghana cedis budget by Parliament. The Ministry laments that as of October 2025, only 360 million Ghana cedis out of its 980 million Ghana cedis budget had been released by the Finance Ministry. Presenting the Works and Housing Committee's report on the 2026 budget estimates for the Ministry of Works and Housing, the Chairman Vincent Opon Asamoah outlined series of activities the Ministry intends to embark on for the ensuing year.
In the area of CDFS projects, in addition, we still have Abuaze and other communities in Central and then in Volta regions that are also ongoing. We also expect that in 2026, rent assistance scheme, which is one major project that was initiated by the previous administration, there is a provision in this budget that is going to continue with that laudable project. And I believe that members are going to support the approval of this amount for the work of the ministry in 2026. Under the National Sanitation, 24,000 household toilets were constructed, reducing open defecation in beneficiary districts by 12%. Ghana Water Company Limited produce over 351 gallons of water per day. And in going to 2026, I'm even very, very sure that with the allocation that has been made to the ministry, it is going to be better in 2026. We are thinking about housing units in Accra. Honorable Speaker, the committee also believes sincerely that we have issues with accommodation for low-income earners. But in Greater Accra, we have a lot of structures, high-rise structures around that are unoccupied. And we recommended that in 2026, the ministry should ensure that most of these houses, through real estate auditing, should be able to capture most of these houses that are unoccupied so that we can make it available for people to rent some of these structures.
You heard Chairman of the Works and Housing Committee, Vincent Opon Asamoah.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ijubi Yafe Akentin. Let's settle for the details. A latest CSO's scorecard shows the government scored above 25% in key areas including mining, petroleum, climate change, and energy transition. However, the groups say performance on anti-corruption fell below expectations with a score of just 23.04%, the lowest among the assessed sectors. Presenting the findings at a press conference, Samuel Berko of the Center for Extractives and Development Africa highlighted the key observations and recommendations. He said the assessment is based on verifiable evidence gathered over the administration's first year in office.
We acknowledge that the government has 4 years to implement its manifesto commitments. It is therefore expected that at the pace of 25% implementation a year, the government would achieve full implementation in 4 years. It is therefore fair to say that the government in its first year has made satisfactory progress by scoring above 25% for each thematic area, with the exception of anti-corruption, where it scored 23.04%. The Alliance of Civil Society Organizations take this opportunity to encourage government to put in more effort into its anti-corruption commitment, as delays could have implications for successful implementation with likely unfulfilled outcomes by 2028. Our message today is and should be very clear that this scorecard is not an indictment. It is not a political judgment, and it is not an attack on any institution or administration. Rather, the scorecard is to serve as a guide on how well the government is doing in fulfilling the development aspirations of the Ghanaian voter.
Samuel Berko is with the Center for Extractives and Development Africa. Now, the business community says the Bank of Ghana governor's ambition to bring lending rates down to 10% before the end of his tenure is bold and achievable, provided more structural reforms are accelerated. Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama has maintained that reducing the cost of credit remains central to unlocking stronger private sector growth. Executive Chairman of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, John Awuni, welcomed the governor's commitment but stressed that businesses continue to struggle under high borrowing costs.
Clearly, it is very, very possible. Inflation rate was very high. Now we are dealing with about 8% inflation rate. So if they can do that within a year, it's very much possible, because these numbers, as these numbers go down, it should affect the interest rates. And so it is more than possible. It's a very realistic target, not only 10%, but we will see that it should go down to a single digit.
You heard Executive Chairman of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, John Awuni. Ghanaian businesses must continuously reassess their medium to long-term strategies to stay competitive in a rapidly changing global environment. According to global professional services firm EY Ghana, this comes as technology disruption, cybersecurity risk, ESG pressures, and shifting market conditions reshape corporate decision-making. This report has more details.
Speaking to Citi Business News at EY's 25th anniversary cocktail gala in Accra, Mr. Adekalo said the corporate landscape has entered a period where resilience and agility play a critical role in how firms compete.
At the moment, a lot of businesses are looking at strategy. I think the second thing that is important for businesses is the impact of ESG. Environmental, social, and governance issues. It's topical. We all need to make sure that we are operating in a very sustainable manner. So businesses need to embed sustainability into their operation. Technology, AI is a game changer. If you don't go with it, you are going to be left behind.
On Ghana's broader economic direction, Mr. Adekalo urged policymakers to maintain discipline and build on current gains.
As a country, we need to continue to focus on stability. I think we need to continue to focus on fiscal and financial and prudence and discipline. I think that's what we need to continue in the momentum that we have. We are in a good space. The stars have aligned in our favor, and we need to make sure that we capitalize on it and we make sure we don't slip, and we just have to keep going in the right direction.
That was country managing partner of EY Ghana, Emmanuel Adekalo, ending that report filed by Emmanuel Pong. Reigning champions of the Citi Business Olympics, GCB Bank PLC has launched a fresh nationwide deposit mobilization campaign dubbed the Patupa Promo to encourage stronger saving habits among customers. Under the promotion, which runs from December 1 to April 30, 2025, both new and existing customers can qualify by depositing a minimum of 300 cedis. Participants will accumulate points throughout the promo period, with top savers standing the chance to win packages to major global sporting events. while also building their personal financial resilience. The bank says the initiative blends the competitive spirit seen at the Citi Business Olympics with the discipline of long-term savings as it works to deepen financial inclusion and boost deposit growth.
Speaking at the launch, the executive head of retail banking at GCB Bank, Sina Kamagati, said the campaign is designed to energize customers and deepen a savings culture while reinforcing the bank's retail strategy.
You know, in Ghana, there's one thing that unites all of us, that is soccer. So this is our own small way of saying thank you to our customers who give us deposit all the time and to reward them. Essentially, this is our own way of saying, continue saving your money as you have always done. At this time, we'll give you a benefit around your savings. And so for every 300 Ghana Citi deposit that you make, you weigh a point.
Meanwhile, GCB Bank added excitement to the event when it clinched a penalty shootout victory over Guard FC, a friendly contest held as part of activities marking the launch.
Emmanuel Pong with that report. And that's it for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akente. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Accra, are you planning that big church convention or must-attend events this season? Don't let communication slow your momentum. With Wiggle Vision's voice and SMS services, you can reach thousands of people in just seconds. Send personalized voice messages, instant reminders, event updates, and registration confirmations, all with one click. No internet? No problem. Wiggle's reliable USSD and bulk SMS platforms keep everyone connected, anytime, anywhere. From vibrant churches in Osu to event planners in East Legon, everyone's switching to Wiggle Voice and SMS to keep their audience engaged and informed. So why wait? Talk to Wiggle Vision today. Call 055-417-059 or visit wiggle.com.gh. That's wiggle.com.gh. Wiggle Vision, connecting people, powering events.
Flight 715 is now boarding at Gate 4.
Welcome to the Stanbic Bank app that makes you live a lot more like
topping up my electricity before ECG do me yawa.
That's smart. And you have to send mom money. Forgot?
Easy. We'll just transfer from the app.
We are about to take off.
Okay, let me also enable my travel notice.
It was that easy, huh?
Complete. Now I can use my card abroad without it getting declined.
Hey, you forgot to pay your water bill. The guys are outside to disconnect.
Wait a minute. Water bill payment? Done.
Why you lucky?
Charlie, my Stanbic Bank app sorting me back to back.
Level up and do more with the Stanbic Bank app. Download now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 0302-815-789 to get started. Stanbic Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go, go me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action no. Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number, or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight on Point Blank, we are talking about Fernando Po. Okay, Fernando Po being the origin of cocoa in Ghana, if you should go by the history that we have been taught. Tetekwashi's Fernando Po. We're talking about Cocoa Board, the state institution in charge of cocoa in Ghana, that's cash crop. So my guest in studio to talk about Cocoa Board tonight, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board in charge of agronomy and quality control, Dr. Francis Ban. Doc, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Everything fine.
Nice to meet you in, as they say, in fresh.
It's nice to meet you too. It's nice to meet you too. I'm looking fresh because of the cocoa drink I have been taking.
Oh, that's good.
Do you know who have been bringing you the cocoa drink?
Well, I suspect him. My friend over
Jerome K. Is this Sunday or sorry?
Sam.
My person who wrote that thing made a mistake. So Jerome K. Sam. For the K there, you keep hiding it. Jerome is head of public affairs at Cocoa Board. What is the K?
K. You said I've been hiding it, so let me keep on hiding it.
Okay, that's right.
But it's Kweku.
So yeah. Jerome Kweku Sam.
Yeah, I'm a Wednesday born. Proud Wednesday born.
Whatever. Whatever.
It pain you.
Yes, I'm a Monday born. So, Mr. CEO, are you Monday born?
No, I'm Sunday.
Sunday, fine. Sunday and Monday, they are family.
Oh, really?
Let me start with C, Deputy. How long have you been with Cocoa Board for? Are you like a new appointment, or you have been there for all this while?
All my working life, this is my 34th year. Yeah, at Cocoa. Right from KNUST, I joined Cocoa Board.
So you studied cocoa, or you studied?
I studied agriculture.
And you decided that you work at Cocoa Board?
Yeah, that's it.
So did you start, does Cocoa Board have like regional office and district office?
Yes, we have 7 regional offices, and for operation purpose, we have 70 cocoa districts.
So you started from where?
I started from Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana, Achem Tafu.
Okay.
Yes, as assistant research scientist.
Mm-hmm. And then you progressed from there to where?
Yes. Senior research scientist, principal research scientist. I was a senior manager in the office of the chief executive, so I serve under 2 chief executives.
Okay. Which ones?
Mr. Fofier.
Okay, Anthony
Fofier and Dr. Stephen Kwabunopuni.
All right.
And then I became deputy executive director of Cocoa Health and Extension, which is the extension wing of Cocoa Board. Subsequently, executive director. Went back to Tafu as the director of social sciences and statistics. Came back and then went to Bunsu University College as the rector 2020-2022. Became Director of Research, Monitoring and Evaluation 2022-2024. Then I retired in October. And then recalled to this position in February.
Oh, so you are on contract?
Yes.
Oh, that's the one that they say you can be appointed 2 years, 2 years,
Yes,
1 year.
yes,
so you can
yes,
do 5
yes,
more years.
yes,
Oh, okay.
yes, yes.
You have a lot of experience, 34
very
years in
much.
the cocoa sector. How's the cocoa sector doing?
Well, the challenges are there, but my boss Randy always say that there is a book of lamentation.
You can choose to open it.
We will choose not to open it.
Okay.
So the challenges are there, but we think that we can surmount them and bring vibrancy into the sector as before.
So when I hear Cocoa Board, I think of scholarships. But what is Cocoa Board apart from giving scholarships?
Cocoa Board is the statutory body in charge of the management of the sector. So from the growing of the crop, which we call production, and then the processing, and then the external sales. So it's about production, quality, and sales.
Are you a regulator or a player?
Maybe we are both, but essentially by the Cocoa Board Act, we are regulators.
The buyers, the produce buying company, are they under you or they are rival company?
No, they are not rival company. In the past, before the liberalization of the internal marketing, the produce buying company limited was wholly owned subsidiary of the board.
Okay.
Now these were liberalized. I think as we speak, we have about 63 licensed buying companies. They buy on behalf of Cocoa Board for a margin.
Also, PBC is not the only buyer now.
No.
Okay,
PBC is not the only buyer.
Okay, so Cocoa Board doesn't buy.
No.
PBC does that for you.
These companies, PBC and many others, they buy on behalf of the board for the margin to cover the operational costs and, of course, make a little out of that.
Which means then that as a farmer, I cannot sell my cocoa to anybody who is not licensed by Cocoa Board.
Yes.
And also, as I cannot wake up and say, media, I want to start cocoa business. I'm going to start buying cocoa seedlings. I cannot do that.
Cocoa seedlings or cocoa beans?
Beans, sorry.
The beans.
Yes.
Yes, I think the law is very clear. You have to sell the beans to one of the agents. You know, the LBCs or Lines Buying Company, they have agents in the communities.
Okay.
So the farmer at Akontomra will send the beans to one of the agents. So they buy on behalf of the LBC. Then LBC move them to what we call takeover centers. Kasi, Nkumasi, Takrade, and Tema. And from there, the takeover is taken over by a cocoa marketing company.
Okay.
And then it's all the handling processes.
And the cocoa marketing company is under Cocoa Board?
Yeah, that one is wholly owned
by Cocoa Board.
Cocoa subsidiary of Cocoa Board.
So that's like the operational wing in terms of doing business.
Yes.
So Cocoa Board is the administrative.
Well, it goes beyond administration because, my position, deputy CEO, agronomy and quality control. So under that position, we have the Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana, HMTAF, which does all the agronomic and allied research for the industry. And then we have the Cocoa Health and Extension Division, which is the extension arm.
So when Cocoa Marketing Company buys, who does the export of the beans? Is it Cocoa Board or the marketing company?
The marketing company, on behalf of Cocoa Board.
Okay, so in Ghana, you cannot sell cocoa to anybody outside Ghana if it doesn't go through the license buying company.
That is the current position of the law.
The Cocoa Marketing Company.
Yes.
So Cocoa Board is the food off-taker of every cocoa produced in Ghana. That is the law.
As the law stipulates.
Whether or not Cocoa Board helps me to plant my cocoa or not.
Well, that's what the law is at the moment. The law is under review. We are trying to get a new Cocoa Board Act, not only to address the external marketing part, but various aspects, especially the threat to the long-term sustainability due to illegal mining, chainsaw operators and others. We are trying to.
Let me bring in Jerome. Jerome, I went to Tema Secondary School, and so I go through Community 3 a lot, which is closer to the port, and I see a lot of these trucks carrying sacks, and there's this smell that comes from it, and I'm told it's cocoa beans ready for export. And it begs the question, what kind of processing do we do to our cocoa when we produce it in Ghana? And what does Cocoa Board do in terms of value addition so that we are just producing raw materials and exporting since the Tekwashi returned from Fernando Po? What kind of value addition do we add to our cocoa?
Thank you very much, Umaru. I think that at a point I will invite my boss to come because when we are talking about, he mentioned his designation, all right, and then this falls directly under him. But I think that we have another company by name Quality Control Company.
Okay.
So in respect of all the quality assurance, okay, because you know that when we also do export the cocoa bean, it goes into the European market and they also have standard. So it means that you need to meet all the requirement or standard which has been set by the European Union and also other jurisdictions. So it does not mean that after the farmer have had the bean and it has been purchased, you just then go to export. When you go to Jatabu, in Tema, that's the port, we have the quality control lab, which all the cocoa beans that we have goes through, series of testing for us to know or come to a firm conclusion that yes, the bean which is ready to be exported is devoid of any unwarranted chemical. You understand? Because we don't want the situation whereby you export onto the international market and your bean will be rejected. Possibly, if it is not outright rejection, what will happen is that then they have to use that as a reason or justification in order to further reduce whatever price that you've spoken about. So it is quite important that when it gets there, it goes through a series of testing for us to know that yes, what we indeed are exporting onto the international markets meets the requirement of standard that it ought to go through. We have various testing, and as I said, my boss is here, which indeed it happens to be his field.
Yeah,
but
I think
in generic sense,
just to add, Ghana is known for the highest quality premium cocoa the world over.
So we are above Cote d'Ivoire.
Oh yes,
but in terms of production,
no, they are. We have about 1.4 million hectares of productive land, and they have a much larger.
So they have beaten us to production.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. What I want to know is that do we export our cocoa as a raw beans, or we turn it into paste and export it, or we do chocolate and sell it in Ghana?
They are processing companies in Ghana. The most popular one is the CPC.
Is that owned by Cocoa Board?
At the moment, nearly.
Okay.
We are the largest shareholder.
But are there private cocoa processing
There's
companies?
Niche Cocoa. There is the OFI Olam one. You know, the installed capacity for processing is about 43% of what we produce.
That's what we do
installed.
Here. Okay,
installed
but it's not okay. Okay. Yeah. Does it mean there's no demand for cocoa products in Ghana? That's why we export more than we process and sell domestically.
You know, the processing is in different stages. The tertiary level is the chocolate you talk about, but there's also the butter.
I'm more interested in the tertiary level.
Yeah, tertiary level.
What percentage of our cocoa?
I don't have it readily, but
roughly. Is it up to 10?
Because if you look at per capita consumption, I think we are somewhere around 0.5 kilo per person. When you talk about Switzerland having some 3.5 kilogram per person, so consumption.
Is it that we don't like or we don't get?
I think it's also a bit of cultural thing, you know, because efforts have been made to introduce a younger generation, you know, for instance, incorporating cocoa into the school feeding and all that. I think it's a cultural thing. I mean, people wake up in their communities, they are going to the farm, kenke or weche will be the better thing for give you the energy for a long period
than
of time.
chocolate.
Exactly. So that's why there's a consumption campaign.
Okay. Forgive me, let me just ask this. Milo is a brand we all know,
Yes.
Nestle.
Yes.
Is that made out of cocoa?
Yes.
But it's not made from Ghana. Is it from Ghana? Do we play any role in it? In giving them cocoa for that?
Oh yeah, we supply the cocoa.
Okay, to Nestle.
To Nestle, we do.
You know what I'm going to do? I'll just Google Cocoa Board. I want to. There are headlines that are writing down. I want to read them out to you and get your comments.
Okay.
Cocoa thrives in Bimbila. Cocoa Board moves to assess farm for commercial production. This graphic online. Citi Newsroom has also published it by Aminu Alabira. Northern region sees first thriving cocoa farm at Sanyayili.
Yes.
Good news.
Yes, I was there. I was there on Saturday.
What that we have? For the first time, we are seeing cocoa in the north. Is that what it means?
Yes, that's what it means. Now,
was it someone who did it, or
there was someone, a farmer who had worked in the Volta region, Western region, and looking at the environment where the cocoa thrives very innovatively. He looked at an area which is some 2.5 hour drive away from Bimbila, along the Uti River, and realized that look, the ecosystem is there. If you don't remove the trees, you have a microclimate that will suit cocoa. And as you have seen from the pictures, it's
so it's
thriving very well.
cultivated and worked.
Yes.
Plenty or small?
Oh, it's just about 1.4 acres, but there's the new plantings additional 1.2 there. So interesting thing is that the tree culture there, the species, are the same as you find in Jeron's. I went with him; he was there.
Okay. So it means that it's something we can expand.
Oh yes. So what we are doing is that we are going to send a team to do a detailed survey. Along, because we did some reconnaissance and realized that look, we could be talking about 2,000 hectares.
Wow.
Yes. In fact, this evening, my boss, who is outside, sent me a note on WhatsApp where somebody has said there's cocoa in a place called Zablugu.
Savlugu or Zablugu?
Zablugu.
Okay, I don't know that before. Okay.
So we'll also
do a follow-up on that
we'll
one.
do a follow-up on
Very
that
well.
one,
Thank you. Another story, My Joy Online. 30 billion CD debt write-off urgent. ICU warns cocoa board crisis threatens Ghana's economy. I don't know if you've seen this story. It says the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, ICU, has issued a dire warning to the government, insisting that the only way to save Ghana's cocoa sector from imminent collapse is by immediately writing off the massive debt burden of over 30 billion CD owed by the Ghana Cocoa Board.
Yeah,
you are dying under debt.
Well, it's factually correct, but it's not imminent. Cocoa is not collapsing tomorrow.
But if you have a 30 billion debt, how long has this been accrued for?
No, we inherited it.
Yes, so for how long? Because you have been in the cocoa sector, you will have an idea.
Yeah. Oh, most of this, I think 21 billion of this was from the unpaid contractors on cocoa rows.
Okay.
And then the agrochemical suppliers, the fertilizers, and the rest. So this is where it came from.
Jerome, as a chief spokesperson of Cocoa Board, 30 billion is your negative.
Sure.
Are you going to be able to recover? Because you have to fill that hole before you do anything else. How are you able to pay salaries? Are you able to do any business? Can you even buy cocoa? Does syndicated loan matter?
See, I think about 3 days ago, I was on one of your sister stations, and I indicated that I do salute the chief executive and his deputies, not because I work under them as a subordinate, because not being oblivious about the situation that we face as Cocoa Board, and yet we are able to run the organization as though nothing is happening, then it means that it has to take somebody with tech knowledge in order to go through that. Look, of course, I do associate myself with the proposition made by the ICU in terms of maybe government stepping in to write off the debt. This will create the fiscal environment or space whereby Cocoa Board will be able to do other stuff. However, as indicated by my boss, it is not a situation that is unsurmountable. Because with the right policies and programs, discipline in place, and today, if you are to come to Cocoa Board, there's a lot of discipline. And when I talk about discipline, I'm talking about both financial discipline. We are not doing the very things that when we had money, we were doing. Today at Cocoa Board, the chief executive and his deputies have even cut some kind of unnecessary travels, unless you justify to know that this is imperative to the sustenance of the organization before you may be given.
So by what percentage, or how would you describe the cut in travels?
Yes, so you see, Cocoa Board is an organization that deals a lot with, neighboring countries and others. So you could see that there are a lot of programs that indeed you need to be attending. But I cannot say, but I think that by percentage, about 50% of travels.
Foreign travels?
Of foreign travels. Of foreign travels is off.
To save money.
To save money.
So it means that you guys are broke. That's what it means. Cocoa Board is broke. Or
it's
you're not broke.
It's not necessarily meaning that you are broke, but you are being efficient. You are being prudent. Because you see,
are you able to pay salaries?
Yes, we're able to pay salaries.
Have you finished all your fight with the people? They say you have sacked. They say you've made some people redundant, and you brought my good friend here to come and take over. Have you dealt with all those matters?
I think the records are there. We have not made anybody redundant. I mean, moving staff around is not new. So I mean, what I told you of my long stay in Cocoa Board, you see the number of places that I've been to.
Gone up and down.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Another story by 3news.com. Sefri Boinzan chief demands overhaul of cocoa board scholarships, urges government to make cocoa farming attractive. The chief of Sefri Boinzan and acting president of the Sefri Bonzai, we also traditional council, Nana Ofria Hinkandi II, has urged the government to take decisive steps to make farming more appealing to farmers and to the younger generation whose interest in agriculture continue to. I want to see the part about the scholarship. Okay. He said that he issued a strong call for reforms within the Cocoa Board Scholarship Scheme. According to him, the initiative, originally designed to support children of cocoa farmers, has been taken over by privileged individuals who have no direct ties to cocoa farming. So Jerome, for instance, benefits from Cocoa Board Scholarship when his grandfather didn't have a cocoa.
Okay, Umaru, you know the scholarship, it's a long history. In the earlier 50s and 60s was sponsoring people to go and do medicine, veterinary abroad. Then it was restricted to the funding of farmers and their walls, farmers' walls.
And now you
at the secondary school.
You put have diverted.
No, we haven't. You know, the inception of the free SHS made the whole financing at that level, you know, redundant.
It was just for senior high school.
Yes, for
not for university.
No.
Oh, okay.
So the current board is looking at the prospect of moving it to the tertiary level.
Okay.
So a consultant will be put in place to study, to look at parameters and criteria and all that. To give in the money was invested
for only children from cocoa growing areas or for every Ghanaian child.
No, for cocoa farmers. The wards, children and wards of cocoa farmers.
And you can protect it and make sure that it goes to only wards of cocoa farmers.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is something that the modalities is going to work at.
Okay.
To look at what are the numbers that the money which was then invested in a trust fund. You know, the Cocoa Board Scholarship Trust Fund was chaired by the governor of the Bank of Ghana.
Oh, okay.
So the money is there, and we are looking at that at the moment.
Yeah. Jerome,
so the money has not been diverted.
Okay, Jerome, we have Farmers' Day coming up.
Yes.
Is what, this Friday or
this Friday? Yes.
Cocoa Board plays a role in Farmers' Day.
Yes, I think I'm going to reserve that one for my boss to speak extensive about that. But of course, Cocoa Board does play a major role in that because we have a category that we do award cocoa best farmers and also people who have shown prospect in the area of cocoa. And I think that extensively my boss, the criteria.
Umaru, thank you very much for this. You know, the farmers make this country, the food and everything. So it was quite laudable for government to set a day aside to recognize our farmers and reward them. You know, Friday is a public holiday. Now, within the farming space, you have cocoa. So Cocoa Board is also recognizing cocoa farmers who have done very well.
My worry is this: is that Cocoa Board is under Ministry of Finance.
Yes.
Farmers' Day is for agric people.
But cocoa is agric.
But they've taken you to finance.
Yes,
money. I
think it's got to do with cocoa is.
It's a national security matter.
Yes, the financial.
It's not like maize and sorghum.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So what are the categories that you would be involved in?
So we have a national best cocoa farmer for the year under review 24-25.
Okay.
And then we have a national most enterprising female cocoa farmer.
Okay.
You know, women have continue to play critical roles in cocoa. You know, from establishment when the macho men clear the forest, the women go on to do the food crops and all that. And then we have the national most promising young cocoa farmer.
Okay.
There's always a complaint that, you know, the youth are not getting into cocoa. And we are encouraging the youth that there's money to be made. You know, there's money to be made in cocoa. So we are recognizing young people from the age 18 to 35 who have committed themselves to cocoa and are making a livelihood out of it. So there's an award for that. And then, you know, Cocoa Board's mandate goes beyond cocoa. There's also coffee.
Oh, okay.
It used to include, actually, a cashew share. But those two crops have been moved to the Tree Crop Development Authority. But coffee remains with us. You know, the Cocoa Research Institute is supporting coffee research.
We grow coffee in Ghana?
Yes.
Where?
In the Eastern Brown for Volta regions.
I've never even seen a coffee tree before.
Okay, so there's an award, a national best coffee farmer.
Really?
Yes, there is.
The next coffee that we know, the black.
You know the former Minister for Agric, Honorable Ekutefri. I think he's the largest coffee farmer in Ghana.
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you'll be awarding coffee farmers, cocoa farmers.
Then this is the national level. Then the regional level, the 7 cocoa, we will have a regional best cocoa farmer.
Okay.
And then we will have a regional most promising. So bring to the regional level. The same with the enterprising.
But why are you having your awards as though it's a parallel award to the Farmers' Day Awards?
I mean, the cocoa subsector is distinct.
Okay.
It's distinct. I mean, if you look at the structures put in place, the only crop that has its own research institute, its own extension services,
its own board,
its own division that produce the planting materials, quality control, external sales.
So cocoa is a special.
No, it's a huge. Exactly. So the regional best coffee farming, and then we come to the district level.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So we have.
So this will be happening when? Where?
On
this
Friday.
Where?
Friday. Who?
So the national awards is happening whole.
Yes.
So Cocoa Board will be represented, and you award your people there. Okay. We'll carry it live and then let people know.
Okay.
We are grateful that you've joined us for Point Blank. I think we are done, Jerome. Is there anything else we need to talk
Well, I wanted to highlight
my time is actually 7 seconds. 7 seconds. Highlight.
You know, the drive is that we try to be as productive as we can. So this recognition is for farmers who are outstanding in terms of their productivity. Productivity is the production divided by the area that the farmer is. So these awards recognize farmers who are efficient and effective in the use of resources to get the best. So, for instance, the award recognizes anyone who will do 1.5 tons per hectare
of cocoa,
1,500 tons per hectare.
I see. Thank you.
That is
my correspondent in the northeast.
Yes.
He has sent a message saying that the district the name you are looking for is Zabzugu.
Zabzugu.
So that's for.
We'll be going there to find out what is.
When you go, stop at Bimila, carry Aminu Alabira with you. He has a motorbike. He'll follow you.
Yeah. Okay.
Jerome, we're done, right?
Sure, we are.
Thank you so much. So
thank
Jerome,
you very much.
Dr. Francis Ban, Deputy CEO of Cocoa Board in charge of agronomy and quality control. Jerome K. Sam, Head of Public Affairs at Cocoa Board. They were my guests on Point Blank tonight. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. I did this with the Jubi Biafia Kentin. Production by Sami Biafi, Fred Tete Jabano, Kobna Wilson, Juliana Odami Asari. Emmanuel Lati helped us with the technical production, and Emmanuel also and the new media team supported us on the social media space. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for being with us. Keep listening to 97.3 Citi FM, relevant radio always.